Have you ever wondered why some people seem to unlock the secrets of wealth while others struggle their entire lives? What if the choices you make today could define the rest of your future? Picture this, a world where time is your most precious asset, yet most people waste it chasing illusions, while a few, the fearless few, turn their 20s into a launch pad for unimaginable success. In the next few minutes, you'll step into the mindset that separates the rich from the average. You'll see the hidden doors to financial freedom, doors most people don't even know exist. Every risk, every decision, every bold move matters more than you realize. This is your moment. The path isn't easy, but nothing worth having ever is. And it all begins here, in How to Get Rich in Your 20s, a guide that doesn't just talk about money, it shows you how to claim it. Are you ready to see what your 20s could really become? Are you ready to stop dreaming and start building? Now, let's begin the audiobook. If you are ready, let me open the very first page of this journey. Chapter 1. The Wealth Mindset Awakens. Welcome to the first step of your journey, the moment where your mindset shifts from ordinary to extraordinary. In your 20s, the choices you make now are the seeds of the financial future you will live with for decades. And it all begins with one thing, your mind. Most people spend their 20s drifting, working jobs that don't excite them, spending money as soon as they earn it, and hoping that wealth will magically appear one day. But here's the truth. Wealth doesn't come by chance. It comes by design. And the design begins with understanding how the rich think. The wealthy see opportunities where others see obstacles. They understand that every challenge, every setback, is not a roadblock, but a chance to grow stronger and smarter. In your 20s, this perspective is your superpower. The sooner you adopt it, the sooner your financial life transforms. Understanding the wealth mindset. So, what exactly is a wealth mindset? It's a way of thinking that prioritizes long-term gains over short-term satisfaction. It's seeing money as a tool, not just a goal. It's the ability to invest in yourself, your skills, and your future, even when it's tempting to spend impulsively. People with a wealth mindset focus on three things: value, growth, and opportunity. They ask themselves, how can I create value, rather than how can I get paid quickly? They invest in skills that multiply over time, and they constantly search for opportunities that most people overlook. Consider this. Every millionaire you know started somewhere. They weren't born with a golden spoon. They were born with choices. And the single most powerful choice they made in their early years was to adopt a mindset that saw possibilities instead of limitations. Breaking free from limiting beliefs. Before you can grow rich, you must first confront the beliefs that hold you back. Most people carry subconscious messages that whisper, "You're not ready," or "Money is hard to get." These thoughts act like invisible chains, keeping you trapped in mediocrity. The good news, you can break them. You can train your mind to think differently. Start by asking yourself, what if I could earn more, learn faster, and create opportunities that others can't see? This simple question opens doors you didn't even know existed. Your 20s are the perfect time to experiment, to take risks with minimal consequences, and to build a foundation that will support wealth for the rest of your life. Every choice, every habit, every action compounds over time. Just like planting a seed today will grow into a towering tree decades later, your mindset now shapes your financial future. The power of early decisions. Imagine two people. One spends their 20s mindlessly, working hard but learning little. The other invests in themselves, seeks knowledge, and makes calculated moves towards financial freedom. 10 years from now, the difference won't just be money. It will be freedom, opportunities, and the life they can live. This is why the early decisions in your 20s matter more than you might think. The wealthy understand this principle instinctively. They don't chase temporary pleasures, they build long-term wealth. They know that learning, networking, and strategic planning today lead to exponential growth tomorrow. Take a moment to visualize your life 5 years from now. What would it look like if you started thinking like the wealthy today? What doors could open? What risks could pay off? The power of this visualization is more than motivational. It rewires your brain to recognize opportunities and act decisively. Shaping your financial identity. Your financial identity, the version of you that handles money, makes investments, and creates wealth, is not fixed, it's malleable. You can shape it by the stories you tell yourself, the habits you adopt, and the people you surround yourself with. Start by observing the habits of the rich. They read constantly, they invest wisely, and they treat money as a tool for growth rather than a source of stress. They avoid consumer debt, embrace calculated risks, and understand that patience is the ultimate wealth weapon. Ask yourself daily, am I acting like the person I want to become? The simple act of aligning your actions with the wealthy mindset begins the transformation immediately. Practical steps to start thinking rich. Educate yourself. Read, listen, and learn about money, investing, and entrepreneurship. Knowledge compounds over time, just like money. Track your money. Understand where every rupee is going. Awareness is the first step towards control. Invest early. Even small investments today grow exponentially over decades. Don't wait for the perfect time. Seek mentors. Surround yourself with people who inspire you and challenge your thinking. Wealth is often learned, not inherited. Develop a vision. Write down your goals and visualize the life you want to create. This mental clarity directs your actions. Remember, wealth is not just numbers in a bank account. It's freedom, choice, and the ability to live life on your own terms. And it all begins with the mindset you cultivate today. As you finish this chapter, ask yourself, are you ready to see money as a tool, to act strategically, and to adopt a mindset that attracts opportunities rather than chases them? Because the next step goes deeper, into how clarity and purpose turn these ideas into real, tangible wealth. And just when you think you've understood the power of mindset, the real challenge begins. A challenge that will either catapult you towards riches or leave you exactly where you are. Chapter 2. The Power of Clarity. Have you ever felt like you're running in circles, working hard, but never really moving forward? What if the secret to rapid wealth isn't just hard work, but seeing your path with laser-like precision? Welcome to the realm of clarity, the hidden force that separates those who drift through life from those who dominate it. Without clarity, even the smartest strategies and boldest actions can lead to nothing but frustration. But with it, the doors to opportunity swing wide open, and every decision aligns with the life you want to create. Why clarity matters more than effort. Effort alone does not equal results. Many people work tirelessly, logging long hours, hustling in jobs that drain them, and sacrificing their health and relationships, all without real progress toward wealth. The missing ingredient? Clarity. Clarity is the ability to see exactly where you are, where you want to go, and what steps will get you there. It is the mental map that guides every action, turning random effort into a purposeful journey. Without it, energy disperses in all directions, and wealth remains elusive no matter how hard you try. Think of it like this: a laser-focused beam of light can cut through steel, while a flashlight, no matter how bright, can barely scratch the surface. Your mind, focused on precise financial goals, is like that laser. It concentrates your energy, magnifies your actions, and accelerates your results. Defining your financial North Star. The first step toward clarity is defining your financial North Star, a vivid picture of your ideal financial life. What does it look like 5, 10, or 20 years from now? Are you debt-free, traveling the world, running your own business, or generating passive income streams that cover your living expenses? Write it down. Visualize it. Make it so real in your mind that it excites and scares you at the same time. The more concrete your vision, the easier it becomes to recognize the opportunities that align with it and to ignore distractions that lead nowhere. This is not just daydreaming, it's strategic mental preparation. When your goals are crystal clear, your brain begins working in the background to identify solutions, anticipate problems, and seize opportunities you would have otherwise missed. The dangers of vague goals. Vague goals are the enemy of progress. Saying, "I want to be rich someday," is like setting sail without a compass. You might drift for years without reaching your destination. The lack of specificity allows fear, doubt, and distractions to control your journey. Instead, set measurable, specific targets. Instead of "I want to earn more," say, "I want to have $50,000 in investments by my 25th birthday," or "I want to launch a business that generates $5,000 a month within 2 years." Clear goals create urgency, accountability, and a roadmap for action. Clarity in action, priorities, and focus. Clarity is not just about knowing your end goal, it's about aligning your daily actions with it. Every task, every hour, every decision must answer one question: does this move me closer to my financial vision? In your 20s, distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment, unproductive habits, and even well-meaning advice can scatter your focus. People often overestimate how busy they are and underestimate how powerful focused action is. By deciding what matters most and ruthlessly eliminating what doesn't, you free your mind and your time for what actually builds wealth. Imagine you dedicate 3 hours a day to learning a skill that doubles your earning potential instead of scrolling endlessly on your phone. Over months and years, this clarity-driven focus compounds far more than any scattered effort ever could. The role of self-knowledge. Clarity begins from within. To know what you want financially, you must understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, passions, and fears. Some people chase wealth in industries that drain them because they don't know what truly energizes them. Others settle for mediocre jobs because they fear taking risks. Spend time reflecting. What activities make you lose track of time? What problems do you feel compelled to solve? Which skills do you already have that can be monetized? By answering these questions, you not only gain clarity about your goals, but also identify the most efficient paths to achieving them. Breaking down big goals into small wins. Even with clarity, big goals can feel overwhelming. The trick is breaking them into small, actionable steps. Wealth is rarely built overnight. It's a series of smart decisions made consistently over time. For instance, if your goal is to generate $100,000 in passive income, the journey begins with one action: researching investment opportunities, saving a fixed portion of income, or learning a marketable skill. Each small win builds momentum, confidence, and clarity for the next step. Remember, clarity allows you to measure progress. When you can see your incremental wins, motivation skyrockets and your path forward becomes even clearer. Without it, even small successes feel random and your energy dissipates. The mental shift, seeing opportunities, not problems. Clarity also changes your perception of challenges. Once your financial vision is defined, obstacles stop being intimidating walls and start becoming puzzles to solve. You begin to see opportunities hidden within difficulties, ways to grow, learn, and increase value. Many people fear financial risk because they lack clarity. They don't see the purpose behind their actions. When your goals are crystal clear, risk becomes a calculated tool rather than a paralyzing threat. You learn to evaluate decisions through the lens of your ultimate vision, choosing the paths that compound wealth and ignoring the rest. Daily practices to maintain clarity. Write morning goals.
Each day, note 3 to 5 tasks that move you toward your financial vision. Visualize nightly. Spend 5 minutes before bed imagining your future life in detail. Feel it, see it, experience it. Review weekly. Reflect on your progress, adjust your actions, and celebrate small wins. Seek feedback. Talk to mentors, peers, or coaches who understand wealth building. They can help you see blind spots. Eliminate noise. Limit time spent on distractions and people who don't support your growth. These daily habits reinforce clarity, keeping your mind sharp, focused, and aligned with your goals. Clarity creates speed. Here's the truth. Wealth isn't just about working harder, it's about moving faster than others, and speed comes from clarity. When your path is visible, you make decisions quickly, seize opportunities instantly, and avoid wasting time on unproductive pursuits. Think of two entrepreneurs, one with a vague dream, the other with a crystal-clear vision. The second one identifies a market gap, takes action immediately, and grows faster. The first struggles with indecision, hesitates, and watches potential profits slip away. The difference is clarity, and it's priceless. Clarity and confidence. When you know what you want and how to get it, confidence follows. Clarity eliminates self-doubt, reduces stress, and creates a sense of purpose. Confidence attracts opportunities, partnerships, and even financial resources. People naturally gravitate towards those who know where they're going. This is why wealthy individuals exude a magnetic presence. It's not arrogance, it's clarity in action. And in your 20s, developing this clarity-driven confidence can set you apart from peers and accelerate your path to wealth. The challenge ahead. Clarity is powerful, but it's not a one-time achievement. Life constantly tests your focus with distractions, doubts, and unexpected obstacles. The wealthy maintain clarity by revisiting their vision, refining goals, and adjusting strategies without losing momentum. As you move forward, remember this: knowing exactly what you want in life and how to get it is more than half the battle. Without it, even small steps can lead to extraordinary wealth. And just as you feel ready to take control, the next secret awaits: the method to convert your clarity into actionable wealth-building strategies so that every decision you make compounds your success faster than you ever imagined.
Chapter 3. Income versus assets. Have you ever wondered why some people can earn a lot yet never seem to get ahead, while others quietly build wealth that grows almost effortlessly? What if I told you the difference isn't how much money they make, but how they use it? Welcome to one of the most critical concepts in your journey to wealth: the difference between income and assets. Understanding this distinction is not just important, it is transformational. It separates those who work endlessly for money from those whose money works for them. Income, the double-edged sword. Most people measure financial success by the size of their paycheck. Every raise feels like progress, and every bonus seems like a step closer to wealth. But here's the problem: income alone does not create lasting wealth. Income is what you earn from your work. It comes from your job, freelance work, or side hustles. And while income is essential for survival, relying solely on it is a trap. Your time is finite. You can only work so many hours. No matter how high your salary, there's a ceiling, and that ceiling can leave you trapped in a life of stress, debt, and missed opportunities. Consider this scenario. Two people earn the same $5,000 a month. Person A spends everything on lifestyle: rent, clothes, gadgets, nights out. Person B invests a portion in assets that grow over time. 10 years later, Person B has financial freedom, while Person A is still earning paycheck to paycheck. The difference is not effort, it's understanding how to make money work for you. Assets, your money-generating machines. Assets are the key to financial freedom. Unlike income,
Assets create money even when you're not actively working. They are investments, businesses, intellectual property, and any resource that generates more wealth over time. Think of an asset as a machine. You build it once and it keeps producing results. A rental property earns you monthly cash flow. Stocks pay dividends and appreciate. A digital business can earn revenue 24/7. Each asset multiplies your financial potential, freeing you from the endless cycle of trading time for money. The wealthy understand this principle intuitively. They don't obsess over earning more. They focus on acquiring and building assets that increase in value over time. Their income is just one piece of the puzzle. Assets are what compound wealth exponentially. The power of compounding assets. One of the most powerful concepts in wealth creation is compounding. Unlike income, which stops when you stop working, assets can grow even when you sleep. For example, imagine investing $1,000 in a stock that grows 10% annually. After 1 year, it becomes $1,100. After 10 years, it grows to more than $2,500. After 20 years, it exceeds $6,700. This is the magic of compounding. The earlier you start, the faster your wealth accelerates. Assets also give you leverage. While your income depends on your effort, assets leverage other people's time and expertise and capital to create wealth. Real estate properties use bank loans. Businesses use employees and systems. Investments use the market's growth. Assets allow you to amplify your results without working more hours. Breaking the income trap. Most young adults are stuck in the income trap. They believe earning more is the fastest path to wealth, but without assets, money disappears as quickly as it comes. Promotions, raises, and side gigs are temporary solutions. They do not create lasting freedom. Here's the harsh reality. If your money doesn't work for you, you will always be a slave to your income. No matter how high your salary, your freedom depends on your assets. The sooner you internalize this, the sooner you break free from the treadmill of endless work. Identifying true assets. Not everything that earns money is an asset. For something to be an asset, it must generate income or appreciate over time. If it only costs money, it's a liability. Provide leverage. Can it make more money without requiring constant effort from you? Increase your net worth. Will it build wealth that lasts? Common examples include investments, stocks, bonds, ETFs, and mutual funds, real estate, rental properties, commercial spaces, businesses, ventures that can operate without you working every hour, intellectual property, books, online courses, patents, digital products, skills, marketable expertise that can generate recurring income streams. Liabilities, on the other hand, drain your resources. A luxury car, an expensive gadget, or credit card debt may feel like wealth, but they do not create financial freedom. They consume it. Shifting focus from earning to acquiring assets. To build wealth in your 20s, you must retrain your mind. Stop asking, how much can I earn? And start asking, what can I acquire that generates income or grows in value? This doesn't mean you ignore earning. It means you use your income strategically. A portion of every paycheck should go towards acquiring assets. Even small investments, consistently applied, create exponential growth over time. Consider this. If you save $500 a month in a diversified investment earning 12% annually, in 10 years it grows to more than $100,000. In 20 years, it surpasses $400,000, all from small, consistent actions taken in your 20s. The psychological shift. Building assets requires a shift in mindset. You must think long-term, delay gratification, and embrace calculated risk. The wealthy don't spend frivolously. They invest in opportunities that compound over time. This shift also protects you from lifestyle inflation, the tendency to spend more as you earn more. Instead of upgrading your lifestyle every time you get a raise, you redirect that money into assets, accelerating wealth creation. Actionable steps to build assets in your 20s. Start small, start now. Even modest investments in stocks, index funds, or micro-businesses create momentum. Automate savings and investments. Make it effortless to acquire assets regularly. Learn continuously. Skills are assets too. Invest in yourself to increase earning potential. Diversify. Don't rely on one type of asset. Mix investments, real estate, and intellectual property. Track progress. Monitor asset growth monthly to stay motivated and make informed decisions. Case study: the early investor versus the late earner. Imagine two friends, Alex and Sam. Alex starts investing $200 per month at age 22. Sam earns more but doesn't invest until age 30. By 40, Alex's investments have compounded to a substantial nest egg, while Sam, despite higher income, has far less net worth. The difference is not luck, it's the early acquisition of assets. Income versus assets in real life. Most young adults confuse high income with wealth. A six-figure salary looks impressive, but without assets, it can vanish as quickly as it comes. Conversely, someone earning a modest income but acquiring assets strategically can achieve financial freedom years earlier. Your mission is clear. Focus on assets, not just income. Let your money work harder than you do, and over time, it will create freedom, opportunity, and security. Now that you understand the power of assets and the limitations of income, a crucial question arises. How do you identify the right assets to build and multiply wealth efficiently? Which paths deliver the fastest growth without reckless risk? This is where the journey deepens. The strategies that turn income into lasting wealth are coming next, and they will challenge everything you thought you knew about money.
Chapter 4. The Entrepreneurial Edge. Have you ever asked yourself why some people seem to create opportunities while others wait for them? What if the key to extraordinary wealth isn't just earning more, but thinking and acting like a creator, a builder, a disruptor? Welcome to the world of entrepreneurship, not just as a career, but as a mindset. The entrepreneurial edge is the superpower that transforms ordinary 20-somethings into financial leaders, innovators, and wealth creators. It's not about fancy offices, investors, or billion-dollar startups. It's about seeing value where others see obstacles and acting decisively to capture it. Why entrepreneurship matters in your 20s. Your 20s are the perfect time to experiment, take risks, and learn from failure. You have relatively low responsibilities, more flexibility, and time as your greatest ally. Entrepreneurship allows you to leverage these advantages to build assets, income streams, and financial independence faster than any traditional path can. Contrast this with a typical job: predictable pay, rigid hours, limited upside. Entrepreneurship offers the opposite: uncapped earning potential, freedom of choice, and the ability to scale your impact. The rich don't rely solely on salaries. They create systems, products, and services that generate money long after the initial effort. Even if you don't plan to start a business immediately, adopting an entrepreneurial mindset in your 20s, thinking creatively, spotting opportunities, and solving problems sets you apart from peers and accelerates wealth creation. Seeing opportunities where others don't. Entrepreneurs thrive by noticing gaps in the market. They see problems as opportunities, inconveniences as potential solutions, and unmet needs as gold mines. Most people focus on obstacles, saying, "This won't work." Entrepreneurs ask, "How can I make this work?" This ability to perceive opportunities requires curiosity and courage. It's about asking questions, observing patterns, and challenging conventional wisdom.
For example, why is there a need for faster, cheaper, or more convenient services in your city? How can technology, creativity, or skill solve these problems efficiently? The world is full of opportunities. You just need the eyes to see them and the guts to act. Risk, reward, and calculated decisions. Entrepreneurship is not reckless, it's calculated risk-taking. Every venture involves uncertainty, but successful entrepreneurs evaluate potential rewards against risks. They plan, test, and pivot quickly instead of blindly following instinct. In your 20s, you can afford to take bold, calculated risks because your stakes are relatively low. Mistakes are lessons, not catastrophes. Every failure teaches a principle about money, management, and market behavior, knowledge that compounds like interest in a bank. Creating value is the core principle. At the heart of entrepreneurship is value creation. Money follows value. The more problems you solve, the more people need what you offer, the richer you become. Consider a simple example. A young person noticing that local students struggle with affordable tutoring. Instead of just complaining, they start a small tutoring service online, reaching hundreds of students. The effort creates income, builds reputation, and forms a scalable business model. This is the entrepreneurial edge in action, solving problems that others ignore. Mindset over resources. Many young adults believe they need capital, connections, or fancy degrees to succeed as entrepreneurs. In reality, mindset is more important than resources. Creativity, persistence, and adaptability outweigh money when starting small. Start where you are. Use what you have. Solve problems creatively. Many successful entrepreneurs began with nothing more than a laptop, an idea, and the drive to execute. By starting early, you harness the multiplier effect of time. The earlier you build skills, networks, and ventures, the faster your financial growth compounds. Leveraging skills and knowledge. Entrepreneurship in your 20s is also about leveraging your skills and knowledge. Every skill you acquire can be transformed into a source of income or an asset. Writing, coding, design, marketing, or sales. These abilities allow you to create products, services, and solutions that generate revenue. Think of your skills as tools. The more versatile and valuable your toolkit, the more opportunities you can seize. The entrepreneurial edge is recognizing which skills solve real-world problems and then applying them effectively. The importance of iteration and learning. No entrepreneur succeeds on the first attempt. Iteration is key. Start small, test ideas, measure results, and improve continuously. Each failure is data, an insight into what works and what doesn't. In your 20s, this trial and error phase is invaluable. You can experiment with minimal consequences, build resilience, and develop instincts that only come from experience. By the time your peers are still learning theory in classrooms, you'll have real-world lessons, practical skills, and a foundation for wealth. Building systems and scaling. The real power of entrepreneurship comes when you create systems that work without constant effort. A single skill or small project can evolve into a scalable business or investment. For instance, an online course, once created, can generate income repeatedly with minimal upkeep. A small digital product, like an app or ebook, can reach thousands of customers worldwide. A service that initially requires your time can be automated or delegated as revenue grows. The entrepreneurial edge is not working harder, it's working smarter. It's about designing systems and structures that leverage your effort into exponential financial results. Networking and partnerships. Entrepreneurs don't succeed in isolation. Relationships, mentors, and collaborators accelerate growth. Surround yourself with people who challenge your thinking, inspire innovation, and share your drive. In your 20s, networking is a multiplier. Every connection could lead to partnerships, investment opportunities, or mentoring that shortcuts years of struggle. The entrepreneurial edge thrives on collaboration, not competition. The mindset of abundance. True entrepreneurs embrace an abundance mindset. They believe there is enough opportunity for everyone. Scarcity thinking leads to fear, hesitation, and missed opportunities. Abundance thinking fuels creativity, persistence, and bold action. When you see opportunity everywhere, you're constantly learning, experimenting, and building. The world becomes your playground for wealth creation, not a limited space where only the lucky succeed. Practical steps to harness the entrepreneurial edge. Identify problems around you. Look for inefficiencies, unmet needs, or pain points you can solve. Test small ideas quickly. Start with low-cost experiments to gauge demand. Invest in your skills. Learn the tools and knowledge that multiply your effectiveness. Build systems, not just tasks. Design processes that scale and create passive income. Seek mentors and networks. Learn from those who have already succeeded. Embrace failure as feedback. Iterate constantly. Refine your approach and keep moving. The 20s advantage. Your 20s give you the ultimate advantage, time and flexibility. You can take risks that older adults cannot. You can fail without permanent consequences. You can learn faster, adapt quicker, and build systems that will produce wealth long into the future. Most people waste this decade conforming to traditional paths, college, jobs, predictable careers. Entrepreneurs use it to create freedom, income, and assets that accelerate wealth. The earlier you embrace this mindset, the more compounding time works in your favor. Now that you understand the entrepreneurial edge, the next question arises: how do you turn ideas into tangible income and assets without burning out or making critical mistakes? The next chapter will reveal strategies for smart investing, the key to multiplying your entrepreneurial efforts into real wealth. Your journey is accelerating, and the secrets of wealth are unfolding faster than you imagined. But the real test lies ahead. The step where vision meets action and your money begins to grow on its own.
Chapter 5. The Secrets of Smart Investing. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to make money while they sleep, while others struggle every day just to pay bills? What if the key to wealth isn't working harder, but knowing how to make money grow in ways most people never even consider? Welcome to the world of investing, the bridge between effort and freedom, the tool that multiplies wealth faster than any paycheck ever could. Understanding how to invest wisely is what transforms ordinary earnings into lasting financial power. In your 20s, mastering this skill can set the foundation for decades of growth, compounding, and financial security. Why investing is crucial in your 20s. The earlier you start investing, the more time your money has to grow. Thanks to the magic of compounding, even small investments made consistently can turn into enormous wealth over time. Waiting too long, however, makes the climb steeper, the risks higher, and the time to recover mistakes shorter. Think of investing like planting a tree. The sooner you plant, the sooner it grows, provides shade, and bears fruit. The later you plant, the harder you must work to catch up, and some opportunities may no longer be available. Time is your greatest ally in investing, and your 20s are the perfect decade to harness it. The core principles of smart investing. Investing is not gambling. It's not risky speculation or chasing get-rich-quick schemes. Instead, it's about disciplined strategies, patience, and informed decisions. There are 3 core principles every investor must understand. Diversification. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Spread investments across multiple asset types: stocks, real estate, bonds, or digital ventures. Diversification reduces risk while maintaining growth potential. Compounding. Reinvest earnings to grow your wealth exponentially over time. Every dollar earned from investments can generate more earnings, creating a snowball effect. Long-term vision. Investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Short-term market fluctuations are normal. What matters is sustained growth over years and decades. Patience is as important as strategy. Common investment vehicles. Understanding different investment options is crucial. Here are the most accessible ways to start building wealth. Stocks. Buying shares of companies allows you to participate in their growth. Stocks have historically outperformed other assets over long periods. Index funds and ETFs. These are collections of stocks that track markets. They provide diversification, stability, and consistent growth with minimal effort. Real estate. Rental properties, commercial spaces, and land can provide passive income and appreciate in value over time. Businesses. Owning a business or investing in startups can yield high returns if approached strategically. Digital assets. Intellectual property, online courses, apps, and even cryptocurrencies can generate returns but require research and understanding. The psychology of investing. Investing is as much mental as it is financial. Many people fail not because they lack money, but because they lack discipline, patience, and emotional control. Fear and greed are the investor's worst enemies. Fear can make you sell during a market downturn, locking in losses instead of waiting for recovery. Greed can make you chase high-risk opportunities, ignoring fundamentals and strategy. Smart investors plan, prepare, and stick to their strategies, letting their money grow steadily instead of reacting impulsively. Risk and reward. Calculated moves. Every investment involves risk. The key is not to avoid risk entirely, but to understand and manage it. Higher potential returns often come with higher risk, but informed investors balance risk with knowledge, diversification, and timing. Start small, learn as you go, and gradually increase your exposure as your confidence and understanding grow. Remember, calculated risks taken with clarity often lead to outsized rewards, while reckless decisions lead to losses that could take years to recover. Investing strategies for your 20s. Start early. Even modest contributions grow significantly over decades due to compounding. Automate investments. Set up automatic monthly contributions to ensure consistency and remove emotional decision-making. Focus on growth assets. Stocks, ETFs, and index funds are ideal in your 20s because you have time to ride out market fluctuations. Learn continuously. Study investing principles, market trends, and economic cycles. Knowledge compounds just like money. Reinvest returns. Don't cash out gains unnecessarily. Let them grow within your portfolio. Avoiding common pitfalls. Many young investors make critical mistakes. Chasing hot tips, following trends or advice without research often leads to losses. Ignoring risk, putting all money into one volatile asset can be catastrophic. Delaying start, waiting for the perfect time costs years of compounding growth. Emotional decisions, buying high out of greed or selling low out of fear undermines wealth creation. The key is disciplined, consistent, informed investing. Treat your investments as machines that generate money, not as lottery tickets. The power of small, consistent actions. Even small investments matter. If you invest $200 per month at 10% annual growth, by age 30, it can grow to over $40,000. By age 40, that same investment exceeds $150,000. Starting early, even with modest amounts, is far more powerful than starting later with large sums. The lesson is consistency beats intensity. It's not about how much you start with, but how early and regularly you invest. Time is your ally. Procrastination is your enemy. Combining entrepreneurship and investing. This is where the real magic happens. Combining your entrepreneurial efforts with smart investing. Every business or skill you develop can generate income that feeds investments. Investments, in turn, create passive income that allows you to take bigger, smarter entrepreneurial risks. Think of it as a cycle. Work strategically, acquire assets, reinvest gains, and expand your opportunities. This is the secret formula the wealthy use to multiply their financial power exponentially. The 20s advantage in investing. Your 20s offer a unique advantage: time. You can take risks younger adults cannot. You can learn through trial and error without catastrophic consequences. And you can harness compounding to an extraordinary degree. Starting now sets a trajectory that makes financial freedom increasingly inevitable. By investing consistently and wisely in your 20s, you are not just growing money, you are buying freedom, choice, and security for the rest of your life. Practical steps to begin smart investing. Educate yourself. Read books, listen to podcasts, and learn from experienced investors. Start small. Open a brokerage or investment account with a modest amount to learn the mechanics. Diversify. Spread investments across stocks, ETFs, and other assets to manage risk. Reinvest. Let returns compound over time. Avoid the temptation to cash out too soon. Stay consistent. Make investing a monthly habit, no matter how small the amount. Now that you understand the secrets of smart investing, the next challenge arises. How do you master your money habits, ensuring every rupee works towards building wealth rather than disappearing in wasteful spending? The next chapter will dive into the psychology, routines, and behaviors that separate financially successful individuals from everyone else. The journey is accelerating. Every principle you've learned, mindset, clarity, entrepreneurial thinking, and investing now converges towards one ultimate goal: financial freedom. But mastery requires more than knowledge. It requires action and discipline, the next essential skill in your 20s. Chapter 6. Mastering Your Money Habits. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to manage money effortlessly, while others constantly struggle no matter how much they earn? What if I told you that wealth isn't just about income or investments, but about the habits that shape every financial decision you make? Welcome to the world of money habits. In your 20s, the behaviors you adopt now, how you earn, spend, save, and invest, compound over time, much like your investments. The right habits create a snowball of wealth that grows silently, steadily, and powerfully. The wrong habits, even with high income, can keep you trapped in a cycle of scarcity and stress. The hidden power of habits. Wealth is less about luck and more about consistency. Habits are the invisible architecture of your financial life. They dictate how much you save, how wisely you spend, and whether you invest strategically or wastefully. Consider this. Two friends earn the same salary. One pays attention to daily habits, sets aside a portion of income, tracks spending, and invests regularly. The other spends impulsively, ignores budgets, and reacts emotionally to financial decisions. 10 years later, the difference is staggering, not because of luck, but because of habits. Habits are powerful because they automate decision-making. When you develop the right routines, financial discipline becomes effortless, almost subconscious. You no longer rely on willpower for every decision. Your systems guide you toward wealth. The core money habits of the wealthy. Let's explore the key habits that separate financially successful individuals from everyone else. Pay yourself first. Every month, a portion of income should go directly into savings or investments before any spending. This simple habit ensures you consistently grow assets over time. Track every expense. Awareness is the first step to control. Know exactly where your money goes to identify waste and opportunities for investment. Live below your means. Resist lifestyle inflation. Higher earnings shouldn't automatically translate to higher spending. Instead, redirect excess income toward wealth-building activities. Automate finances. Automatic transfers to savings and investment accounts reduce the risk of impulsive spending and ensure consistency. Continuous learning.
Read books, attend seminars, and seek mentors. Knowledge compounds like money, expanding opportunities for growth. Avoid bad debt. Borrowing for consumption rather than investment can erode wealth. Understand the difference between liabilities and assets. Breaking bad money habits. Equally important is identifying and eliminating habits that sabotage wealth. Impulse spending. The instant gratification of online shopping or entertainment can slowly drain savings. Replace this with delayed gratification strategies, like a 24-hour wait for non-essential purchases. Ignoring budgets. Without a plan, money slips through your fingers unnoticed. Simple budgeting gives control and clarity. Emotional decisions. Buying out of stress, boredom, or peer pressure can derail financial goals. Pause, evaluate, and make deliberate choices. Living for appearances. Keeping up with social standards, brands, or trends often leads to unnecessary debt. Focus on true priorities instead. The moment you recognize these habits, you gain the power to replace them with behaviors that build wealth rather than drain it. The psychology behind money habits. Money habits are not just practical, they are deeply psychological. Emotions, upbringing, and social influences shape how you handle money. Some people unconsciously avoid saving because of fear of missing out. Others overspend to gain validation or status. Understanding your triggers is crucial. Ask yourself, why do I spend here? What emotions drive this choice? How does this decision serve my long-term goals? Awareness allows you to consciously design habits that reinforce your financial vision rather than sabotage it. The 20s advantage, forming lifelong habits. Your 20s are the ideal decade to solidify these habits. Your brain is adaptable, your lifestyle is flexible, and mistakes have fewer long-term consequences. Establishing strong money routines now ensures that by the time you reach your 30s and 40s, wealth accumulation becomes almost automatic. Habits in this decade compound much like investments. A daily routine of tracking, saving, and investing multiplies over years, while negative habits quietly erode wealth if left unchecked. Daily money practices for young adults. Morning review. Spend 5 minutes reviewing daily expenses, upcoming bills, and financial priorities. Evening reflection. Assess decisions made that day, identify successes and areas to improve. Weekly audit. Track spending patterns, savings progress, and investment performance. Adjust as needed. Monthly goal setting. Set targets for savings, investment contributions, and income growth. Continuous learning. Dedicate time weekly to read financial books, articles, or watch educational content. Consistency in these small actions is the bedrock of lasting wealth. The role of accountability. Habits are reinforced through accountability. Share your goals with mentors, peers, or even a financial coach. Regular check-ins, progress reports, or collaborative learning help maintain discipline and focus. Accountability ensures that your actions align with your vision, preventing backsliding into old behaviors. Building wealth one habit at a time. Wealth building is a step-by-step process. One good habit, paying yourself first, can transform your financial trajectory over decades. Combine it with tracking, investing, and continuous learning, and you create a snowball that accelerates over time. The cumulative effect of habits is often underestimated. Just as small investments compound, small habits, when repeated consistently, create massive results. A 5% improvement each month may seem minor, but over years it transforms your financial life entirely. Mindset meets habit. Habits alone aren't enough without the right mindset. Remember Chapter 1. The wealth mindset underpins every action. When your habits align with your mindset, you act with intention, clarity, and foresight. This combination allows you to turn ordinary decisions like saving $100 a month into extraordinary results decades later. The wealthy don't rely solely on luck or timing. They rely on habits, consistency, and disciplined action. Your 20s are your laboratory. Experiment with habits, measure results, and refine until you create a system that works effortlessly for you. Mastering money habits is powerful, but there's a next step that magnifies all of your efforts: leveraging time and skills to multiply your earning potential. This is where knowledge, effort, and strategy converge to accelerate wealth far beyond what simple savings and investments can achieve. The journey is just getting more intense. Your habits are forming, your mindset is shaping, and the tools of entrepreneurship and investing are in play. But the real acceleration is coming. Are you ready to unlock the next level of financial mastery?
Chapter 7. Leveraging Time and Skills. Have you ever felt like there just aren't enough hours in the day to achieve your dreams? What if the secret to getting rich in your 20s isn't working harder, but using your time and skills in a way that multiplies results exponentially? Welcome to the art of leverage, the ultimate accelerator of wealth. In your 20s, time is your most valuable asset, and skills are your greatest tools. When you learn how to leverage both effectively, you unlock the ability to generate income, build assets, and create opportunities far beyond what ordinary effort can achieve. Understanding leverage. Leverage means using resources, time, money, knowledge, or people to amplify results. It's the difference between trading hours for dollars and creating systems that generate wealth even while you sleep. Consider this: if you earn $20 per hour and work 40 hours a week, your maximum income is limited to $800 per week. But if you develop a skill, automate a process, or create a business, that same hour of work can generate hundreds or thousands of dollars repeatedly. Leverage transforms your effort from linear growth to exponential impact. The power of time in your 20s. Time is your greatest advantage. You are young, adaptable, and able to take risks that older adults cannot. Every decision you make now compounds over decades. The earlier you invest your time in high-value skills and experiences, the greater the financial payoff later. Think of time as an interest-bearing account. Hours spent learning, experimenting, and building now grow into opportunities, networks, and income streams that pay dividends for years. Wasting time, on the other hand, is like letting money slip through your fingers. It can never be fully recovered. Identifying high-value skills. Not all skills are equal when it comes to wealth creation. Some skills have exponential value because they can be monetized, scaled, or leveraged. These include digital skills, coding, marketing, design, and social media management; sales and negotiation, the ability to persuade, sell, and close deals; financial literacy, understanding money, investments, and business fundamentals; problem solving, innovating solutions for unmet needs; communication, writing, speaking, and storytelling that influence others. Investing your time in mastering high-value skills is like planting seeds for wealth. Each skill can generate income, open doors, and create opportunities that compound over years. Wasting time, on the other hand, is like letting money slip through your fingers. It can never be fully recovered. Able income. Once you acquire skills, the next step is to leverage them for maximum impact. This can take many forms: freelancing, offer your skills to multiple clients, turning expertise into multiple income streams; business ventures, use skills to create products or services that generate revenue beyond your own time; content creation, share knowledge through blogs, videos, or courses to reach a wide audience; mentorship and coaching, teach others your skills, creating a recurring income model. The goal is to shift from exchanging time for money to creating systems where your skills work for you. The multiplicative effect of leverage.
Leverage works best when combined. Time, skills, and resources together create exponential results. For example, you learn digital marketing, skill, you start an online business, leveraging your skill, you automate sales and hire freelancers, leveraging time and people. Suddenly, 1 hour of your effort creates revenue that continues to flow long after the initial work is done. This is the principle the wealthy use to scale income and build lasting financial freedom. The importance of focused effort. Leverage works only when effort is focused. Scatter your energy across too many skills or projects, and the impact diminishes. In your 20s, focus on mastering 1 to 2 high-value skills deeply before diversifying. Depth generates expertise, credibility, and high returns faster than shallow effort across multiple areas. Focus also allows you to identify opportunities where your skills provide unique value. The combination of mastery and leverage is the formula for extraordinary wealth. Systems and automation. Leveraging time often requires creating systems. Systems are repeatable processes that produce consistent results without constant input. For example, automating social media marketing for a business, using software to manage finances and investments, delegating tasks to employees or virtual assistants. Systems allow you to scale your efforts, freeing your time to focus on higher value activities. They convert one-time work into ongoing results, one of the core principles of wealth building. Networking as leverage. Your network is another form of leverage. Relationships multiply your influence, open doors to opportunities, and provide guidance that accelerates growth. Surround yourself with mentors, peers, and collaborators who complement your skills. Their knowledge, resources, and networks become extensions of your own capabilities. Effective networking is not about quantity, but quality. Strategic connections with people who inspire, challenge, and elevate your journey. Each meaningful relationship can lead to partnerships, investments, or insights that would take years to achieve alone. The 20s advantage: time, flexibility, and learning. Your 20s are unique because you have the freedom to experiment. You can try different skills, industries, and business models without the heavy responsibilities that come later in life. Mistakes are lessons, not setbacks. Risks are opportunities to learn faster and build resilience. Investing time wisely now, mastering skills, and leveraging resources positions you for a decade of rapid financial growth, creating momentum that becomes increasingly hard to stop. Actionable steps to leverage time and skills. Identify high-value skills, focus on abilities that can generate income and scale. Dedicate time to mastery, schedule consistent hours to practice, learn, and refine skills. Automate and delegate, free your time by creating systems and using resources effectively. Monetize skills, convert knowledge and expertise into products, services, or consulting. Build strategic networks, surround yourself with people who amplify your opportunities. Track and adjust, measure the impact of your efforts, and optimize for greater results. Mindset meets leverage. Leverage is meaningless without discipline, vision, and action. Combining the wealth mindset, clarity, entrepreneurial thinking, and smart investments with leveraged time and skills multiplies the results far beyond ordinary effort. Every skill you master, every hour you spend wisely, every connection you cultivate becomes a tool in your wealth-building arsenal. The compounding effect of time, skills, and strategy creates opportunities that most people never even imagine. Now that you understand how to leverage time and skills, the next frontier awaits: avoiding the debt trap and protecting your wealth. Many young adults fall into financial pitfalls despite high income or skills. The next chapter will reveal strategies to manage credit, debt, and lifestyle inflation, ensuring your financial growth is safe, sustainable, and unstoppable. Your journey is accelerating and the foundations of wealth are converging, but the next step will test your discipline and foresight. Are you ready to master the rules that protect your financial future?
Chapter 8. Avoiding the debt trap. Have you ever felt that no matter how much you earn, your money never lasts? What if the very tools meant to help you, credit cards, loans, and instant gratification, are quietly keeping you from financial freedom? Welcome to the dangerous world of debt. In your 20s, many young adults fall into the debt trap without realizing it. Debt can quietly erode your wealth, restrict your freedom, and create stress that stifles opportunity. But when understood and managed wisely, you can use debt strategically or avoid it entirely to accelerate your path to wealth. Understanding good debt versus bad debt. Not all debt is harmful. The key is distinguishing between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt, borrowing to fund consumption, luxury cars, vacations, electronics, or lifestyle inflation, is bad debt. It provides temporary satisfaction but drains your resources over time. High interest rates and monthly payments create a cycle that's hard to escape. Good debt, borrowing to invest in assets that generate income or appreciate in value, like a business loan, education, or real estate, is considered good debt. It leverages other people's money to increase your net worth. Understanding this distinction is crucial. Wealthy individuals rarely avoid debt entirely. They use it strategically while avoiding liabilities that create financial stress. The high cost of bad debt. Credit card debt, personal loans, and lifestyle spending often carry extremely high interest rates. Even a small purchase can snowball into a massive financial burden if left unmanaged. For example, a $2,000 credit card debt at 20% interest can cost over $4,800 if only minimum payments are made. This means the cost of the purchase more than doubles over time, money that could have been invested, saved, or used to create assets. Bad debt also limits flexibility. Every payment you make reduces your capacity to invest, seize opportunities, or take calculated risks. It becomes a silent chain, holding you back from financial independence. Why young adults fall into debt. Several factors contribute to debt accumulation in your 20s. Lifestyle inflation, as income increases, spending rises proportionally. Peer pressure, wanting to keep up with friends or trends, can lead to unnecessary purchases. Lack of financial education. Many young adults never learn budgeting, investing, or debt management. Impulse decisions. Instant gratification overrides long-term planning. Recognizing these patterns is the first step towards escaping the debt trap. Awareness allows you to make deliberate choices that protect and grow your wealth. Strategies to avoid and eliminate bad debt. Budget religiously. Track income and expenses meticulously. Allocate funds for savings, investments, and essential spending first. Pay yourself first. Save or invest a portion of your income before spending on non-essentials. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Resist the urge to upgrade your lifestyle with every raise or bonus. Focus on building assets instead. Use cash or debit where possible. Reduce reliance on credit cards for everyday expenses. Emergency fund. Maintain a cash buffer of 3 to 6 months' expenses to avoid borrowing in emergencies. For existing debt, prioritize high-interest obligations first. Pay aggressively while maintaining minimum payments on lower-interest debt. This reduces interest accumulation and accelerates freedom. The psychological trap of debt. Debt is not only financial, it's psychological. It creates stress, guilt, and a sense of limitation that can cloud decision-making. Many people unknowingly allow debt to influence career choices, relationships, and life decisions. Breaking free requires both financial discipline and mental clarity. Adopt a mindset of ownership and responsibility. Treat every borrowed dollar as a commitment to your future self. This perspective turns repayment into empowerment rather than burden. Good debt, a strategic tool. While bad debt destroys wealth, good debt can accelerate it when used wisely. Examples include education loans when used to acquire valuable skills that increase earning potential, business loans funding ventures that generate revenue and build assets,
Mortgage loans, financing real estate investments that produce rental income or appreciate in value. The key is ensuring the debt is targeted, manageable, and aligned with your long-term financial goals. Avoiding common debt pitfalls. Impulse borrowing. Never borrow without a clear purpose and repayment plan. Over-leveraging. Don't take on more debt than you can realistically service. Ignoring interest rates. Always prioritize high-interest debt first. Lifestyle borrowing. Avoid debt for short-term enjoyment or status. By avoiding these traps, you protect your financial freedom and create the foundation to leverage debt strategically when appropriate. Building discipline in your 20s. Discipline is your armor against debt. The habits you develop now, tracking expenses, saving consistently, and delaying gratification, compound over time. Every decision to resist unnecessary debt strengthens your financial position, allowing more resources to flow into assets rather than liabilities. Think of discipline as pre-investment. The more controlled your financial behaviors, the greater your capacity to invest, leverage, and grow wealth in the future. Real-life example: debt-free wealth creation. Consider two friends, Sarah and Liam. Sarah earns $3,000 a month but spends freely, relying on credit cards and loans. Liam earns the same but avoids unnecessary debt, saves consistently, and invests wisely. 10 years later, Liam has built significant assets in financial freedom, while Sarah struggles under a mountain of interest payments and limited savings. The difference is not income, it's financial habits and debt management. Managing debt effectively multiplies your capacity to create real wealth. The 20s advantage in debt management. Your 20s are ideal for mastering debt strategies because time allows recovery, mistakes are easier to fix early in life. Learning curve is short, early discipline instills habits that last a lifetime. Interest compounds both ways. Avoiding high-interest debt and investing savings early maximizes compounding power. By controlling debt early, you unlock freedom to take calculated risks, invest strategically, and leverage time and skills for wealth growth. Actionable steps to avoid the debt trap. Understand your liabilities. List all debts, interest rates, and repayment timelines. Prioritize payments. Focus on high-interest obligations first. Build an emergency fund. Prevents the need for future borrowing. Automate savings and investments. Keeps your financial growth consistent. Monitor spending. Regularly review habits to prevent lifestyle inflation. Seek advice. Consult financial mentors or use credible resources for guidance. Discipline, awareness, and strategic planning are your weapons against debt. Master them now, and your financial trajectory becomes unstoppable. Now that you've learned how to avoid the debt trap, the next challenge emerges: protecting and growing the wealth you've worked so hard to create. The following chapter will uncover strategies to safeguard your money, investments, and assets from risks, mistakes, and unforeseen setbacks, ensuring your path to financial freedom remains secure. The journey is intensifying. With every principle learned, from clarity to entrepreneurship, investing, habits, and leveraging skills, you're now on the brink of true financial mastery. But protecting wealth is just as important as creating it. Chapter 11: Multiplying Wealth and Creating Generational Impact. Have you ever wondered what separates the wealthy from the truly rich, the ones whose financial power spans generations? What if the ultimate goal of getting rich in your 20s isn't just achieving personal freedom, but creating wealth that lasts beyond your lifetime? Welcome to the next level of wealth: multiplying assets and leaving a generational legacy. By this stage of your journey, you've mastered mindset, clarity, entrepreneurship, investing, habits, leveraging skills, managing debt, and achieving financial independence. Now, the challenge is to expand your wealth exponentially and ensure it endures, a skill that turns ordinary success into extraordinary, lasting impact. The principle of wealth multiplication. True wealth is not static. It grows when it's nurtured and leveraged. Multiplying wealth is about reinvesting returns, scaling successful ventures, and creating systems that continuously generate value. The key is thinking in terms of exponential growth, not linear effort. Imagine planting one tree. It bears fruit. Now imagine planting an orchard. Each tree grows, bears fruit, and produces seeds for new trees. This is the power of multiplication. Your assets can generate more assets, creating a financial ecosystem that grows on its own. Reinvesting earnings strategically. One of the most effective ways to multiply wealth is reinvesting profits and returns. Rather than spending earnings from investments, businesses, or passive income, channel them back into growth-oriented opportunities. For example, reinvest dividends into more stocks or ETFs. Reinvest rental income into additional properties. Reinvest profits from a business into scaling operations or new ventures. By doing this consistently, your wealth grows faster than through initial investments alone. Compounding works best when combined with reinvestment and strategic scaling. The power of business and entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship offers one of the greatest multiplication opportunities. A successful business doesn't just provide income, it can grow into an asset that generates long-term, scalable revenue. Key strategies for leveraging entrepreneurship to multiply wealth include automation and systems. Ensure your business runs efficiently with minimal direct input, allowing profits to accumulate. Expansion. Scale products, services, or markets to increase reach and revenue. Acquisition. Invest in or acquire complementary businesses to expand assets and influence. Business ownership allows leverage, allowing your wealth to grow beyond what a single person could achieve through time alone. Investing for generational wealth. Investments are not just for personal growth, they are the foundation of wealth passed to future generations. Key approaches include real estate portfolios, rental properties that generate consistent income over decades, dividend stocks, shares that provide steady cash flow and appreciation, index funds and ETFs, broad market exposure for long-term growth with lower risk, alternative investments, art, intellectual property, and startups that may produce high returns. The goal is to create a diversified portfolio that not only grows your wealth, but remains resilient across economic cycles. Financial literacy for legacy building. Creating generational wealth requires knowledge and intentionality. Teach younger family members about money management, investing, and financial responsibility. Leaving a financial inheritance without education often leads to its rapid dissipation. Legacy is not just money, it's knowledge, habits, and values that empower future generations to sustain and grow wealth. Educate heirs in financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and investing to ensure your legacy thrives. Tax strategies and legal structures. Smart legal and tax planning multiplies wealth by reducing unnecessary losses. Consider trusts, protect assets, and manage inheritance efficiently. Tax-advantaged accounts, maximize savings and investment growth. Estate planning, minimize transfer taxes and ensure wealth reaches intended beneficiaries. Asset protection, shield wealth from lawsuits, creditors, or unforeseen financial risks. Wealth multiplication without protection and strategic planning can be fragile. Combining growth with safeguarding ensures long-term security. Philanthropy and social impact. Generational wealth isn't just financial, it's also impactful. Many of the world's most enduring legacies combine wealth creation with giving back. Philanthropy serves multiple purposes. Cultivates societal impact and goodwill, provides tax benefits, inspires and teaches younger generations the value of stewardship. Giving strategically can create influence and opportunities for your family while reinforcing values that extend beyond money. Mindset shifts for multiplication. Multiplying wealth requires an abundance mindset. Think big, scale bigger. Avoid limiting beliefs about income or assets. See opportunities everywhere. Treat challenges as avenues to grow and innovate. Long-term vision. Focus on decades, not months, when planning investments and businesses. Collaborate and leverage. Partnerships amplify reach, skills, and resources. The mindset shift transforms wealth from personal security into a force that can grow, empower, and sustain multiple generations. Practical steps to multiply wealth. Reinvest all earnings. Ensure profits fuel growth, not consumption. Diversify assets. Combine real estate, stocks, businesses, and alternative investments. Scale successful ventures. Expand products, services, or markets strategically. Educate future generations. Teach money management, investing, and responsibility. Implement legal and tax structures. Protect wealth and optimize growth. Incorporate philanthropy. Use giving as a tool for impact and teaching values. These steps ensure that wealth doesn't just exist, it flourishes, multiplies, and empowers beyond your own lifetime. Now that you understand multiplying wealth and creating generational impact, the next and final challenge emerges: maintaining financial mastery and sustaining a legacy for life. The concluding chapter will tie all these principles together, giving you a roadmap to live rich, free, and impactful, not just for yourself, but for generations to come. Your journey is nearing its ultimate climax. The foundation of mindset, clarity, entrepreneurship, investing, habits, leveraging skills, managing debt, and achieving financial independence is complete. But the final chapter will transform all this knowledge into a lifelong, actionable blueprint.
Chapter 12. Living Rich, Free, and Impactful. Have you ever asked yourself what it truly means to be rich? Is it the size of your bank account, the number of assets you own, or is it something deeper: freedom, choice, and the ability to leave a lasting impact? Welcome to the culmination of your journey, living rich, free, and impactful. By now, you've learned clarity, cultivated a wealth mindset, embraced entrepreneurship, invested wisely, developed powerful money habits, leveraged your skills, mastered debt, achieved financial independence, and multiplied wealth. But the final step isn't just about numbers, it's about purpose, legacy, and designing a life that matters. The true definition of rich. Being rich isn't merely financial. True richness combines three elements: financial freedom, having assets and income streams that cover your lifestyle, giving you the choice to work, rest, or pursue passion projects; time freedom, owning your schedule, choosing how to spend your days and breaking free from the constraints of a traditional job; impact freedom, using resources, skills, and influence to create value, inspire others, and leave a legacy that extends beyond yourself. Wealth without freedom or impact is incomplete. Living rich requires balance, intentionality, and purpose. Designing a life of freedom. Financial independence is the gateway to freedom, but freedom must be intentionally designed. Ask yourself, what daily activities make me feel fulfilled and energized? Which projects or passions can I dedicate more time to now that money is no longer a constraint? How can I align my resources and skills with long-term life goals? Your 20s are the perfect decade to define your vision. Early freedom allows you to experiment, explore, and iterate without fear of failure. Every choice now shapes the lifestyle and legacy you'll enjoy for decades. The role of purpose in wealth. Money alone cannot create fulfillment. To live rich, your wealth must be connected to purpose. Purpose fuels motivation, inspires action, and ensures that the journey of building wealth feels meaningful. Purpose can take many forms:
supporting causes or communities you care about, building businesses that solve real problems, mentoring and educating others in financial literacy or skills, creating art, content, or innovations that leave a lasting impression. Purpose transforms wealth into influence, fulfillment, and a tool for positive change. Impact, beyond personal gain. Generational wealth and societal impact are the final stages of true richness. When your wealth extends beyond personal comfort, it creates ripple effects, improving lives, fostering opportunities, and inspiring others to pursue financial mastery. Examples of impact include philanthropy that funds education, healthcare, or community projects, investing in startups or ventures that create jobs and innovation, mentoring younger generations to build wealth responsibly, using your voice, influence, or platform to educate and inspire. Impact ensures your financial journey leaves a legacy that transcends numbers. Daily habits for a rich, free, and impactful life. Even at this advanced stage, daily habits remain critical. Reflect and plan. Spend time each morning visualizing your goals and aligning daily actions. Continuous learning. Even financial masters grow through books, mentorship, and experience. Give back. Dedicate resources, time, or expertise to help others succeed. Invest in health. Physical and mental well-being amplifies your ability to enjoy wealth and freedom. Balance work and life. Ensure productivity does not overshadow personal relationships, creativity, and rest. The richest people are not just wealthy, they're disciplined, intentional, and mindful in every decision. Mindset. Living beyond fear and scarcity. Even with wealth, fear can limit freedom and impact. Fear of loss, failure, or judgment can prevent action. A mindset of abundance, confidence, and purpose liberates you from these constraints. Ask yourself, am I making decisions based on fear or opportunity? Do I see challenges as obstacles or catalysts for growth? Am I leveraging my resources for long-term fulfillment or short-term satisfaction? Aligning mindset with action ensures wealth empowers rather than confines. The legacy you create. Living rich is inseparable from leaving a legacy. Every financial, personal, or social decision contributes to the story you leave behind. A thoughtful legacy combines financial security for family, assets, investments, and financial education for future generations, values and principles, teaching integrity, discipline, and vision alongside wealth, impactful contributions, positive change in communities, industries, or the world at large. Legacy is the final metric of richness. It measures the enduring value of your life, not just your balance sheet. Your 20s advantage, laying the foundation. Your 20s are the ideal decade to design a life that is rich, free, and impactful. The habits, skills, mindset, and strategies you implement now compound over decades. Mistakes are recoverable, opportunities abound, and time is on your side. Early action magnifies results. Skills learned now become sources of high-value income for life. Financial independence allows exploration and experimentation. Strategic wealth multiplication lays the groundwork for generational impact. The earlier you take charge, the more powerful your compounding advantage, both financially and personally. Actionable steps to live rich, free, and impactful. Clarify your vision. Define what freedom, wealth, and impact mean for you personally. Maintain financial discipline. Continue leveraging skills, investing wisely, and protecting assets. Prioritize purpose. Align wealth building with meaningful goals. Multiply your impact. Give back through mentoring, philanthropy, or entrepreneurship. Monitor, reflect, and adjust. Life evolves. Adapt strategies to sustain wealth, freedom, and fulfillment. Inspire others. share knowledge, guide younger peers, and leave a positive legacy. The culmination of your journey. Living rich, free, and impactful is more than a destination. It's a lifestyle, mindset, and ongoing practice. Every chapter of this book has built the foundation: clarity, mindset, entrepreneurship, investing, habits, skill leverage, debt mastery, financial independence, and wealth multiplication, and legacy creation. Now, all these principles converge into a life of freedom, purpose, and extraordinary impact. A life where money serves your vision, time empowers your choices, and influence leaves a mark that outlives you. The path you've learned in your 20s sets the stage for decades of growth. Wealth is not merely about accumulation, it's about living fully, making deliberate choices, and shaping a legacy. By mastering these principles, now you hold the power to design a life of freedom, purpose, and extraordinary impact. Remember, wealth grows, multiplies, and evolves. Freedom deepens, impact expands, and your journey, though it started with ambition, continues as a living testament to discipline, learning, and vision. Your life, your wealth, and your legacy are now yours to create. The choices you make today echo through time. Seize them, shape them, and live boldly. Thank you for taking this journey. Remember, your 20s are just the beginning. Apply these principles, live intentionally, and watch your wealth, freedom, and impact grow exponentially.